Hello everyone, Fanta here. You're watching FANTAVISION, and today is another Tales from Retail. That is right. Today I'm actually talking about the PowerUp Rewards Card, what it was like selling it, the de-evolution over the years, and really ironic because just yesterday there was a new beta program announced. Well, not really announced, but like sort of announced. It was sent out to random people, and it's just the worst. It really is. And the thing is, a lot of people are saying, oh, fans, it's just a beta. Don't worry about it. Oftentimes, these test programs are put just fully into motion. So I see this as a bad sign of things to come. The fact that they're replacing the main feature of the card, and the fact that they think that it's a good thing, they think this is a good switch, they think they're providing more value to the customer, or they at least are trying to make the customer think that, it means they're going to implement this, and they're going to try their damnedest to convince as many people as they can that it is in fact a good deal, but it's not. It simply isn't. So we'll get into that. I'm sure you've already seen my video about that, but let's talk about the de-evolution and what it was like selling the damn card. I know I've talked about briefly what it was like, the different tactics to sell it. I briefly mentioned it as well in my PowerUp Rewards Card video from yesterday, but real quick, drinking a Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. It's the start of the summer for a lot of people, and this beer, at least when you get it fresh, I was drinking some old ones not too long ago, but when you get them fresh, they're just delicious. They're so good. So, highly recommend that. Anyway, so the GameStop rewards, the PowerUp Rewards Card, rather, it's, I think it was originally called the Edge Card, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. There have been so many different iterations. They went from the black card to like a silver card to like this new gray card. And what it is basically is you get 10% off all used games, 10% more in trade-ins, you get points, you get extra points rather, and you get, occasionally you get like GameStop Pro Day where only GameStop Pro members get the specific discount. So that was the original card idea. And you also get the Game Informer magazine, which I had in here, but you know what it is. It's a Game Informer magazine. It's got game reviews, news, stuff like that. It's just a cool thing to have sent to your house. Especially back then, it just felt so awesome getting a magazine in the mail. I'd come home from school, and whenever a new one was like there, like, oh, sweet. So I'd immediately start looking through it as I had X-Play on the TV, and it was great. I loved it. I still enjoy occasionally looking at it, but I normally don't have time to read it unless I'm taking a shit. So the GameStop Pro card really did save a lot of money when you get that 10% off if you bought used stuff. And I used to buy used stuff, and I occasionally do of older stuff, but nowadays you can usually find the new equivalent cheaper elsewhere. So GameStop is just really not the best place to buy anything. What in the world? Jesus Christ. That was an Amber Alert. Okay. I guess that's horrifying. Anyway, that scared the shit out of me. So when I was a kid, the card was really exciting. It was nice to be able to renew it, and getting that extra 10% trade-in helped as a kid. Getting the 10% off used stuff helped as a kid. And it helped when I used to buy retro stuff at GameStop when they actually had it for a decent price. And they occasionally do, but I don't want to order it offline because you usually get this caseless nightmare that is just, it's just this raggedy looking box. It's a complete gamble to buy a used game online from GameStop. Even buying a new game, you're not even really guaranteed that the game's going to be sealed. So buying anything off of GameStop.com is just a risk, and I don't want to do it. So then they came out with the Elite Pro card, the dumbest freaking name on the planet, Elite Pro. Could you just come up with something else? Seriously, you got the Pro card, just call it the Elite card. Why do you have to call it the Elite Pro? We get that it's going to include all the things the Pro card. You don't need to include it in the name. I'm sure that's what their thought was behind it. Oh, if we call it just Elite, they'll think it's just, it's got these other things, but it's different. No, we understand it's just a higher card. We get it. We can look at the little chart and it tells you very plainly what it does. So the Pro Card's $15. Not a terrible deal if you buy used games. Usually does save you money if you buy used games, but if you don't buy used games, it's kind of pointless unless you just want the magazine. Also, actually real quick before we move on, because before the Elite Pro came out, there was a different iteration of the PowerUp Rewards program that is tied to the card. So the PowerUp Rewards program is where you spend those points that you earn from purchases and trade-ins. And back then, you could get stuff like this hat or my Sonic hat. You could get so many different things with your points. And they had really cool exclusive stuff. And a lot of them were actually priced pretty decently for the amount of points they charged for. I don't remember how many points this was. It was forever ago. But back when you could actually get physical items with your points, besides now it's just gift cards. You just get discounts. It's just crap. You get percentage extra in trade, or you get percentage off a game, or you get $5 credit. Like, it's just, or you enter some sweepstakes. It's just non-items. And I'm assuming it's because GameStop was losing money on this. But you're also de-incentivizing people to shop there. People might have been saving up those points, and a lot of people got like the Gears of War replica things. They were saving up. They would only shop at GameStop because they wanted to get those points. And once they took away those rewards, people didn't give a shit. I mean, I used to check the rewards all the time when I was working there because I constantly wanted to see what new items they added. There was always a new inventory. There were limited time items. I got so much cool stuff from that thing. And now it's just boring. It's just gift cards. So they dropped the ball on that. They dropped the ball on the rewards. I mean, they got rid of all the cool stuff, and now it's just boring, everyday things that you get from most stores that have a point system. Like Best Buy, you get rewards, you get your discount. But GameStop set themselves apart at that time by having physical things you could get, which was cool. And a lot of stuff, like I said, was very difficult to find in stores, or it would cost a lot in stores. And you could get it at a pretty, not too bad of a price. I think this was like 15,000 points. And if you were to buy this hat online back then, it would probably be like $30 off of Jinx or something like that. Now I can't even find this hat anywhere. That's how weirdly exclusive a lot of these items were. I can't find this hat, and I can't find my Sonic hat anywhere. I mean, you can find it on eBay, but that's about it. It's crazy to me that they had these kind of exclusive items. And like I said, it set themselves apart, and that's where we're going to go with this whole de-evolution. So they came out with the Elite Pro, which a lot of people really liked because, yeah, it was $30. It was twice the price of the regular Pro card. But you got 10 points extra, but at this point, again, it's just discounts. So, I mean, sure, that's cool. You get discounts, but at the same time, not as exciting as it used to be. And then you get 20% off and 20% more in trade-in. So if you're a person that buys lots of used games and you trade in lots of stuff, you're just like, why would you not shop at GameStop at this point? It's like the GCU for people that love buying used games. It's great. It was a great value for people, and a lot of people were really excited about it. Even Eric had the Elite Pro card, and he bought used games all the time. Now, I mean, he occasionally buys a new game from GameStop, but beyond that, he doesn't buy used anymore. This was, again, another program that got people loyal to GameStop. And now it's gone. It's really just shocking to me that they just keep destroying their own good ideas, which we're going to get to in the final iteration that is just around the corner of the PowerUp Rewards Card. And that is this new beta program where they're getting rid of the 10% discount. And they're replacing it with that $5 off. Now, I don't know if this is $5 off anything, but even if it is, it doesn't stack. It expires at the end of the month. And I know exactly what they're doing. This is not a better deal for you. It is now $20 instead of $15. And you're getting this $5 discount, but it just expires at the end of the month. So they just want you to come in and feel like you're obligated to use up this $5 credit, or it's going to go to waste. It's the same manipulative tactics that they use in all of these different free-to-play games and even premium games where you have to buy this fake ass currency and there's always just a little bit left. And you feel like you're wasting your money if you don't spend that extra currency. So you spend even more money trying to use that currency up. And that's kind of what they're doing here. They have this $5 that has an expiration date, and they know that you are going to want to use it. Otherwise, you feel like you're not getting your money's worth for the card that you're now subscribed to. So you spend $20 on the card, and then you're spending money every single month buying a new game that you don't really need, and you're only getting $5 off, which is really still not better than Amazon. It's still not better than a lot of things that Best Buy's doing. Best Buy still has that $10 off for a lot of these games that you pre-order. So GameStop's just shooting themselves in the foot constantly with this card. I mean, they came out with the Elite Pro. I'm sure they'll lose a little bit of money, but I'm also sure that they're going to be retaining more customers. They're going to get that $30 up front, and people are going to keep coming back. Even with that 20% off, I'm telling you guys, they're still making profit off those used games. They give so little in trading credit compared to how much they sell them for most of the time. Now, rarely does it ever come close, but even then, like I said, that's a rare time that happens. So even if during that rare moment where they're giving almost as much as they sell it for, that little bit of loss is worth it to keep the loyal customer base. Because they keep doing things that are de-incentivizing people to shop at their store, they're continuing to lose customers. As they continue to lose customers, they're losing money. And if they're losing money, they're going to go under, which is why they were $600 million in debt last year. It's just so shocking to me that they just keep making these baffling decisions, just in general. Why is this card so important to GameStop? That I am making a whole video about it, and that was really shocked yesterday that they were making this change. And it's because when I was working at GameStop, it was one of the key things to keep customers. I keep talking about customer retention. I keep talking about customer loyalty because that's what these cards do. That's why they exist, and that's why they're so pushy about them. That's why they always ask you, do you want to renew it? Do you want to get one? All those sort of things, because they want to keep you as a customer. They want you to have some sort of tie to GameStop, and that's exactly what that card does. It is rewarding you for shopping there, so it makes you more likely to shop there again. And it was also one of the easiest things to sell to somebody who was already kind of a regular, and it made them even more of a regular. I definitely noticed a trend of seeing people come in way more often after they got the card because they saw the savings on their first receipt. They started receiving those GameStop, those Game Informers to their house, reminding them, hey, GameStop exists. Hey, GameStop exists. Game Informer is not only just a news and review magazine, it's also a GameStop advertisement. If you look in Game Informers, there's often GameStop ads in there. So it's not only giving them something that they enjoy, it's reminding them that GameStop exists. So they're paying for their own advertising pretty much. It's just genius. It's truly genius that they do that way. It's so smart. It keeps GameStop in gamers' heads, which is going to make them more likely to come shop again. They're going to remember, oh, I have this card. I should go there. This game looks awesome. I'm going to go pre-order it at GameStop. Looking at new game, ad for GameStop, I'm going to go pre-order that game at GameStop. It's so smart. That's why we used to have a stack on our desk. So if somebody missed the last month's issue, they're a little bit bummed about it, we could give it to them right there and then. If somebody's subscribing to the GameStop card, we're going to throw in that magazine so you have a physical item that you're getting with your subscription. You're not just getting a card that says, oh, I get discounts now. Oh, I get the Game Informer in the future. You are getting the magazine now. You're getting a physical thing. And when customers, especially when I was a kid, I remember it was the coolest feeling having them hand me that magazine right there and then. You immediately feel the value of this thing you're subscribing to. So you see the discount as you're buying the used game, which then you can factor in as if you're a person selling it. You can go, well, you're buying that $55 used game. you'll get $5.50 off, making the discount card only $9.50. So now the customer's thinking, well, it's only $9. I'm getting a year of this Game Informer, and I'm already saving a third of this card on this one transaction. I get this card for a year. And it really did save a ton of, at least regulars, a lot of money. Now, people like me nowadays who don't really buy anything used and don't really go to GameStop anymore unless I've found some sort of trade loophole or something in my collection that I don't really care that much about is on Games for Gold or PlayStation Plus, and I go trade it in just to get money for it because I'm like, got it for free anyway, then I don't really show up very often. So the PowerUp Rewards Card isn't really that beneficial to me. It's just a fun occasional thing to look through the magazines and I get that 10% in-store credit. But if they're going to start doing this, where they're not including the 10% off used games anymore, and they're upping the price to $20, I'm a lot less incentivized to keep doing it. I could easily keep getting to 15,000 points each time to renew the card, which kept me trading stuff there instead of selling it on eBay. But now, if it's that extra 5,000 points for people to renew their card, they're less likely to do it. The more people less likely to renew their card, the less customers you're going to have. Now that these employees can't be doing the same math that I could, where I just take 10% off whatever they're buying and apply that to the price of the card, you're not going to get the same spiel anymore. You're going to be told it's $20 no matter what the hell you're buying. There's so much less of an incentive now. Sure, they can say, well, you'll get $5 off this game. This card is basically $10, but you're not going to get that $5 that day, most likely. And the fact that it doesn't stack kills it. And I understand why it doesn't stack. Like I said, it's mental manipulation. But it's going to de-incentivize people shopping there. Anybody who's really thinking about it, even for a second, is not going to buy into this new card. If this really is the next step in the GameStop card evolution or de-evolution, GameStop, which is already getting just hammered into the ground by their competition, they're dead. They're absolutely dead. There's no reason to shop there. They're not convenient. Amazon, you get that Prime 2-day shipping. You get free shipping on Amazon. It doesn't matter how much the game is on Amazon. It's free shipping. You've got Prime membership. You get so many more things. Amazon's evil. Okay, I get it. But if you're, let's say, a game or a Best Buy member, you're a Best Buy Elite, or you're one of the upper echelons of Best Buy, you're getting free shipping anyway. So you're still getting that free shipping, and you don't have to deal with GameStop. So GameStop already has this negative stigma that they have to deal with. Now they're getting even more de-incentivized by just ruining their PowerUp Rewards Card. People can no longer sell it the same way I could. It was already getting even worse because they no longer carried the physical magazines in the store. I haven't seen them in forever. Maybe your local one does, but I remember we used to get shipments of those Game Informer magazines, and that was a huge way to sell the card. So they keep losing things to sell this damn thing, and they keep making the card worse. The PowerUp Rewards got worse. They came out with a better card, then discontinued it. Now they're making the base card more expensive and way worse. I don't know what the hell GameStop is doing. I feel bad for the people that work there because they're still going to be expected to sell this damn card. The first thing I thought of when I saw this new information about this beta was that the employees are going to hate it. This is not going to work the way GameStop thinks. I hope for most of these stores that are not the participating stores, I hope for their sake it does not become the norm. And I'm sure most smart employees are also not going to want this. So let me know about your experience either selling the PowerUp Rewards Card, being sold it, or really just if you have any memories of cool stuff that you got on the PowerUp Rewards program. Let me know. I mean, there was some cool stuff. I used to have like these magnetic balls, and you could like form them into different shapes. There were like 50 or 60 of them, and you could make different cool stuff with them, and they're super magnetic. I don't know what the hell happened with them, but let me know what cool stuff you got. Let me know what you think of the new card. And as always, have a fantastic day. Subscribe for more content and all that stuff. And that fucking thing's killing me again. Also, I just want to say that I'm not streaming tonight, unfortunately, but I will be streaming tomorrow. So come on by to twitch.tv/FuffFanta. Couldn't get FANTAVISION, someone took that already. And I'll probably be playing Mordhau, which is like this medieval game. I don't know. Maybe I'll be playing some with Eric.